All right, gamers. So I was just streaming some Elden Ring, and Huda popped up in my chat and let me know that there's a new ban list. And look, I'm just gonna take his word for it. Huda doesn't troll. I'm hoping for a real one. I know a lot of people not big fans of this current format, and I know I made a whole video complaining about Maxi, but don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting Maxi to get hit anytime soon. But here it is, brand new ban list. So what do I want to see? Well, a lot of people have been complaining about the dominance of Snake Eyes in the format, especially Snake Eyes Rescue Ace, as well as Snake Eyes Fire King, and even pure Snake Eyes, honestly. So I think they might need another hit. I mean, they got a pretty big hit last time, I think, with Snake Ash to 1, but they might actually need more than that. So I would like to see some more hits on that front. Other than that, actually, I don't really mind any other deck. Like, I know Labyrinth is still really good, but I don't think they need a hit. I think Tier Limit is in a great position, but again, I don't think Tier Limit needs to get hit. Like, a lot of decks are really, really solid, but just not quite to the level of, you know, dominance that Snake Eyes has right now. So that's all I really want to see. I also want to see some unhits. I mean, let's see some cards come back to the game. Cards to be forbidden. This is going to be on July 10th. So when the new set releases, which is rumored to have Yubel cards, by the way. So I will probably be making a video preparing you for Yubel stuff pretty shortly. Wait, are we just getting the OCG? Are we just getting the OCG ban list? So cards to be forbidden: Kaiser Coliseum and Catapult Turtle. So I mean, I haven't seen a Catapult Turtle FTK in ages, but sure. If I don't know if like this is I know they got banned recently in OCG, so like I don't know if Catapult Turtle has like a really good FTK that is going to get later that I just didn't know about because I don't really follow anything else than Master Duel. But that's cool, I guess. And Kaiser Coliseum is actually a really, really good hit. This card has gained a lot of popularity, I noticed fairly recently. So I'm definitely a big fan of seeing Kaiser Coliseum gone. Even Fire King Snake Eyes could run it. It's not the most insane Floodgate on the planet. I think there's better Floodgates out there, so I do think it's a little surprising. You know, like Kaiser Coliseum is a great card and all, but like, you know, it's no summon limit. You know what I mean? So interesting, but I do understand why, especially because like if you pass on one monster and your opponent's monsters are smaller, they can't really establish themselves. They can't really like set up their bodies to get into their combos under Kaiser Coliseum, which is really, really annoying. There are counterplays to it, but still, I can kind of see the value in banning a card like this. I think it's completely broken, and yeah, so I mean, it's a Floodgate that I don't like, and it's gone. W, very good. Catapult Turtle, again, I'm mixed on. We'll see. Is there anything else here? Oh, speak of the devil. Summon limit going to 1. That's great. I'm glad. Stun has been very popular lately. Stun has been super popular lately as a very good way of playing anti-meta, basically. And yeah, Summon Limit is a crazy card. Okay, putting Kaiser to 0 and Summon Limit to 1, that's a big hit to, that's actually a pretty big hit to Horus Stun in particular. Yeah, no, Summon Limit to 1, I'm all for it. I mean, you could ban it for all I care. I hate this card. I was playing this card today, actually, because today, for the first time ever, I actually tried playing Stun and Ladder. I played some Horus Stun, and I got bodied like 3 games in a row, and I realized, oh my god, Stun is very skillful, actually. I'm not good enough for that. So yeah, I'm gonna give up on the Stun stuff, but thankfully they banned it for me, so I don't have to even consider it. Oh, well, they limited it. Cards to be semi-limited, so we're putting the Bond... What the heck? This is a list and a half, bro. This is a damn interesting list. So we got Bonfire going to semi-limited, which is just a good consistency hit to Snake Eyes. I think this is a totally fair hit. Snake Ash to 1. Now you only have 2 copies of Bonfire, so that's like 3 copies of Snake Ash, and also less odds of getting that Bonfire into popular play. That helps a lot of Snake Eyes players play through multiple interruption. So I think a good consistency hit. Obviously, it's not going to be like a life-altering hit or anything like that, but I don't think they really want to kill the deck, but you know, this is definitely going to hurt the consistency. And then we have AA Zeus going to 2. That's wild. Zeus at 2. I can't even fathom that. Like, I can't even imagine Zeus at 2. That's insane to me. What do you even do about Zeus at 2? What is that? Is that crazy? Is that as crazy as I think? Zeus is not Well, it doesn't matter that. Does it matter that Zeus is not hard once per turn? Does it matter? I don't know. Do you don't throw Zeus on, dude? What? 2 Zeus is just nuts. First of all, they can't unicorn Zeus anymore. They can't just unicorn Zeus away and not have to think about it ever again. Or if they do, they'll have to unicorn Zeus twice. If you run 2 Zeus, of course. This is a really interesting one for the grind game. I mean, being able to get another Zeus in play is just so broken. Wow. That's a very interesting card to put back to 2. I don't hate it, though. I kind of like it. I think it's very interesting. And then we also have Airlifter going to 2. So, again, a consistency hit to Rescue Ace as well as Rescue Ace Snake Eyes. So, I mean, this makes a ton of sense. Airlifter is your main normal summon. It's your favorite normal summon in Rescue Ace. I think Airlifter to 2 is totally fair. Is it too big of a hit? I don't know. I mean, it kind of sucks because you really don't want to use your normal summon on your Hydrant. So it's not like you can just go like, oh, it's fine, I'll play 3 Hydrant and I'll just normal Hydrant instead. You really want to normal summon that Airlifter, and until Hydrant hits the field, you don't really have a good way to get to Airlifter other than like Emergency. And you don't really want to use your Emergency on Airlifter because you want to use Airlifter to get Emergency. So pretty interesting hit. I guess it's warranted though because Rescue Ace has been doing very, very good. I heard it's doing great actually in the Duelist Cup, which doesn't surprise me at all. Rescue Ace is absolutely amazing. In my opinion, probably the best version of Snake Eyes still at this point, especially since it plays so well into Max C. So yeah, I mean, Airlifter 2, it's a fair hit. Sucks for the Rescue Ace guys, but you know, it is what it is. The deck is broken. And we have Purrlily going to 2. Now, this is really surprising to me. Are we really hitting Purrly more? I know Purrly's been doing really good in Master Duel, at least. Like, I don't know how it's been doing in tournaments, but in Master Duel, if you look at like card results and stuff, Purrly's been really, really good in the game. So maybe this makes a lot of sense. But I don't know, man. Like, I still, even though I see those results, I don't see Purrly often. And I don't know if Purrly needed another hit, honestly. I really don't think they did. So, Purrly lit a 2. Yeah. Sorry, Purrly players. And cards that are being lifted from the ban list. So, as it always should have, Yatagarasu is now back to 3. That's based. That's awesome. I love to see it. We also have Birth going to 3. Yo! They made a crazy list. They made a crazy list. This is insane. Birth at 3? Dude. Why? Oh my god. Birth is a terrifying card. Alright, well, you know, Cashier players rejoice. We got Magispectre Unicorn Kirin going to 3. That's scary to think about. But honestly, I feel like at this point in the game, that might actually not be that big a deal. Even though Kirin is absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't know if that's really going to do much of anything. Like, will we actually see Kirin in ladder? Not sure, but it is a crazy card. And then we also have Tolmaeus going back to 3. Yeah, it's weird. Tolmaeus at some point felt like one of the most broken cards ever, but at this point it really is just a card that can go to 3, and I don't think much people are going to play it other than specifically Terranite players who are not going to be running 3. So yeah, that's pretty funny to think about, but yeah, we're really at that point where Terranite Tolmaeus, not that crazy, you know, like not so crazy that it needs to be on the list whatsoever. So wow, this has been a heck of a list. I'm really surprised, man. I was really expecting like a tiny list, and to be fair, this list didn't do any like earth-shattering hits, but it did a lot of really interesting changes to the game. So like Kaiser being banned, like Kaiser was a pretty prevalent card recently. I've seen that card a lot recently. So Kaiser being banned is pretty big. Catapult Turtle, I feel like that's just preparation for maybe a later deck that uses it for like some FTK or some shit. Summon Limit going to 1, like that's also been a super prevalent card lately. Bonfire going to 2, obviously Bonfire is crazy. Zeus going to 2 is like, I feel like this is gonna have such a huge meta impact. I mean, do we start running 2 Zeus? I'm really still not sure about that, but it feels like a lot of decks you probably should. This is a crazy card to have it too. Rescue Ace Airlifter is just a fair consistency hit. Purrlily, that's the most iffy hit for me. Like, I really don't know about Purrlily. And then all these unlimits, bro, especially Birth is like terrifying. Putting Birth back to 3 is like, oh no. All in all, honestly really impressed with this list. I don't know how I would even rate a list like this. feels like it's making a lot of actually very relevant changes to the game without also like completely shattering the meta. I think a lot of people probably want to see the meta kind of like just change drastically with a ban list. And I don't know if this is the ban list that's going to do that, but having access to 2 Zeus is going to be really interesting. Seeing a couple more consistency hits on the best decks in the game is also really nice. And then there's all the bonus stuff, you know, like some Floodgates getting hit and some based cards like Yatagarasu coming back. That's my take. I would love to see your guys' thoughts in the comments. I mean, this is a really interesting list, so definitely want to know what you guys think. But yeah, have a good one.